Right. Y'all notice I got a little bit more energy today. I don't know what happened to me last week. Again, and I put it in my post. That I just kind of been on autopilot. You know, if anybody else has those moments, please let me know. For one, let me know, and then let me know how you deal with it. I don't know why. It's like I just had a moment where I was just kind of going through the motions, like recording, doing what I know I have to do and what I got to do, and then just, doing it all over again. But like I just kind of, I don't know. Don't ever let that happen to you. Don't ever, and of course it's gonna happen at some point, but don't ever get too stagnant or too in the moment, or not too in the moment. But y'all know what I'm trying to say. Just don't get complacent to the point where you just feel like you're on autopilot and like you're just going through the motions. Don't get to that point. But anyway, John Denver is who we react to today. Never heard of him. The song is called Rocky Mountain High. Never heard of the song, never heard of him. And we like that. So an official journey where I have no context. And so I'm excited. We got to do the research real quick. So here we go. His real name is Henry John. Oh no. I can't pronounce that. But is that German? That looks like a German last name. Okay. I guess we'll get some context in a second. Okay. Known professionally as John Denver, was an American singer and songwriter. He was one of the most popular acoustic artists of the 1970s and one of the best-selling artists in that decade. AllMusic has called Denver among the most beloved entertainers of his era. Denver recorded and released approximately 300 songs, and about 200 of which he wrote himself. Very impressive. He had 33 albums and singles that were certified gold and platinum in the United States, with estimated sales of more than 33 million units. He recorded and performed primarily with an acoustic guitar and sang about his joy in nature, disdain for city life, enthusiasm for music, and relationship trials. Denver's music appeared on a variety of charts, including country music, the Billboard Hot 100, and adult contemporary, earning 12 gold and 4 platinum albums with his signature songs Take Me Home, Country Roads, Poems, Prayers and Promises, Annie's Song, Rocky Mountain High, Calypso, Thank God I'm a Country Boy, and Sunshine on My Shoulders. Denver appeared in several films and television specials during the 1970s and 80s, including the 1977 hit Oh God, in which he starred alongside George Burns. He continued to record into the 1990s, also focusing on environmental issues, as well as lending vocal support to space exploration and testifying in front of Congress to protest censorship in music. Very active man, okay. Known for his love of Colorado, Denver lived in Aspen for much of his life. In 1974, Denver was named Poet Laureate of the state. The Colorado State Legislature also adopted Rocky Mountain High as one of its 2 state songs in 2007, and West Virginia did the same for Take Me Home, Country Roads in 2014. An avid pilot, Denver was killed in a single fatality crash while piloting a recently purchased light plane in 1997 at the age of 53. That's a rough way to go out. But a very active man who accomplished and achieved a lot in his life, and 53 years of life. He did a lot. Now, I wanted to at least get context to his last name and like where his parents were from, but it doesn't say. I would love to know like where his family is from, but I mean lineage. It says here that his father was in the United States Air Forces, and of course I'm sure they were kind of stationed in a bunch of different places, but just his lineage and where his family's from. But anyway, okay. Well, excited and happy to learn more about John Denver. Those were a lot of accomplishments, so I would throw him in the legend category based off of what I just read. But let's hear the music and let that be the real main factor on, you know, how great of an artist he was. So this is Rocky Mountain High on his official page. It's just the audio, so no lyrics and no music video, but we'll follow along. We'll do the song research afterwards. But let's go.
He was born in the summer of his 27th year, coming home to a place he'd never been before. He left yesterday behind him. You might say he was born again. You might say he found the key for every door. When he first came to the mountains, his life was far away, on the road and hanging by a song. But the string's already broken and he doesn't really care. It keeps changing fast and it don't last for long. It's the Colorado Rocky Mountain High. I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. The shadow from the starlight is softer than a lullaby. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. He climbed Cathedral Mountain.
Okay, can I just say he is surgical on that acoustic guitar. I'm loving his playing on the acoustic guitar, and I really love his voice. A very strong, but like I don't want to say leveled, but it's just a perfect pitch, just a perfect. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like his speaking voice. Like it's very composed and it's soothing, but strong. Now I don't know how I would label this, and I forgot to read his the music genres that he made, but known for acoustic guitar. I guess this would be folk. I wouldn't classify it as country. Yeah, I don't know how I would classify this, but it sounds great. It sounds phenomenal.
He saw silver clouds below. He saw everything as far as you can see. And they say that he got crazy once and he tried to touch the sun, and he lost a friend but kept the memory. Now he walks in quiet solitude, the forests and the streams, seeking grace in every step he takes. His side is turned inside himself to try and understand the serenity of a clear blue mountain lake. Rocky Mountain High. I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. Talk to God and listen to the casual reply. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Now his life is full of wonder, but his heart still knows some fear of a simple thing he cannot comprehend. While they try to tear the mountains down to bring in a couple more people, more scars upon the land. In the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. I know he'd be poor and mad if he never saw an eagle fly. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado, Rocky Mountain High.
Yeah, I really love his voice. I really love his voice. I'm trying to think. His songwriting really reminds me of Gordon Lightfoot. Style kind of reminds me of him too. But yeah, like I don't know why I'm thinking Gordon Lightfoot when I hear this, and like just that monotone of just the song. It really reminds me of Gordon Lightfoot, but I love his voice. And I don't know who that is coming in on like the chorus, so to speak, with the backing vocals. I don't know if that's a double track and him singing his own backup vocals, but whoever that is singing with him, phenomenal.
I've seen it rain fire in the sky. Friends around the campfire and everybody's high. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High, Rocky Mountain High.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That falsetto. I'm not even going to attempt to do it, but yeah. That was good. I see why Denver made this like a state song. It's a great song. They classified as folk rock. Okay, so hold on. Let me see the genres. Folk rock, pop, western country, soft rock. Okay. We on the same page. Gotcha. So they classified as a folk rock song written by John Denver and Mike Taylor, and it's one of the 2 official state songs of Colorado, recorded by Denver in 1972. It is the title track of the 1972 album Rocky Mountain High and rose to number 9 on the U.S. Hot 100 in 1973. Denver told concert audiences in the mid-1970s that the song took him an unusual long 9 months to write. On April 10th, 2017, the song was certified gold for sales exceeding 500,000 digital downloads. Okay, but I'm sure it went platinum or gold, from pure sales, physical copies, way before that. Members of the Western Writers of America chose it as one of the top 100 Western songs of all time. Primarily inspired by Denver's move to Aspen, Colorado 3 years before its writing and by his love for the state. The seventh stanza makes reference to the destruction of the mountain's beauty by commercial tourism. The song was considered a major piece of the 1970s pop culture and became a well-associated piece of Colorado history. Oops, didn't mean to do that. The song briefly became controversial that year when the United States Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, was permitted by a legal ruling to censor music deemed to promote drug abuse. Because he said everybody was around the campfire high. For one, that's not promoting. He's just telling a story. And two, anyway, yeah. Numerous radio stations cautiously banned it until Denver publicly explained that the phrase "everybody's high" was his innocent description of the sense of peace he found in the Rockies. I can't. He had to explain that? That's crazy. That's crazy. After years as an unofficial anthem, March 12, 2007 became an official song. The song was also heard in Final Destination as a sign, which was heard before each character dies. Okay, that's interesting. Did well in Canada and Australia. All right. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Again, a very soothing, poetic song. Again, I agree with how they classified it. I put it more in the folk category than anything else, but it was very soothing, very peaceful. It definitely sounded like it was more of a tribute to the fact that anybody found anything controversial about it. I mean, they just reaching at that point, but what else can we expect? It's the FCC. RCA Victor. Okay. I didn't even read what labels he was on. Let me see real quick before we wrap this up. He was with Mercury, Reprise, RCA, Windstar, Sony Pictures Kids Zone. I've never seen that before. Okay. Gotcha. Beautiful song. And really impressed for my first reaction, for my first official introduction to John Denver. I was impressed vocally. Really impressed me. He had a lot. I loved his falsettos. It didn't say who was the backing vocals, and I don't see anybody else credited. So I'm gonna assume that was him doing his own backing vocals on a double track. But whoever they were incredible. And but again, the playing of the acoustic guitars really what stole the show for me. And just a perfect blend of just a man and an acoustic guitar. Again, I think while the electric guitar is the more flashy, noticeable instrument, the acoustic I just think that's always kind of like the go-to. It's just a perfect sound in acoustic guitar. No matter how it's toned or how it's pitched, it's just a perfect thing. And so when you find somebody with a very soothing voice like him and just great guitar playing, it just sounded great. It sounded great. So I can't wait to hear more. I'm excited. I was officially introduced to John Denver today, and I can't wait to hear more. So y'all let me know what else I need to check out. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, with John Denver.